Hey guys, thanks for joining us on Gowns and Gimlets. This is my podcast for Bustle and Fleur de Fizz, where we talk about my two favorite things in the world, wedding gowns and cocktails. Today we have Annabeth with us, and she is the founder and creator of the Beauty Finder app, which is the #1 app that you need to book your beauty services. And as always, we play Smash or Pass. So make yourself a drink, sit down, and enjoy our show. So you work in healthcare full time.
Yes.
And then you have this little side gig of this very successful app. So tell me about Beauty Finder.
Yeah. So Beauty Finder, we launched in 2024 and we connect ready-to-book clients to beauty professionals.
Yeah.
So whether it's hair, makeup, tanning, lashes, permanent makeup, hair removal, you name it, it's on there. And it's really the easy button. So rather than you having to call place to place to get a blowout for an event or get makeup done, or your brides.
Yes.
So how many bridal parties have to call to say, are you available this date for this many people for updos and makeup? That, and I owned a blowout beauty bar for 10 years.
Yeah.
I saw it
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sold it in last May.
Okay.
Really? Yes. That's how I got into beauty. And I saw the consumer side and then on the professional side. And that's what made me want to create Beauty Finder.
Yeah.
How do we make it easy to connect the professionals to clients? And for the consumer, if you think about it, you may have a person that you go to for some services, not all services routinely, or that person that you want to do your makeup for something may be booked up. So
yes.
I don't know who I go to, especially when it's high demand season, like Mardi Gras ball that we're entering into. And so with Beauty Finder, it takes that time out of it to where all you have to do is say, I want this service, this time, this day.
This day.
Boom. It goes out to all the professionals that offer the service and match the mile radius in which you're willing to travel. Because it's designed for you to go to the place of service to have it done.
Right.
Now for your brides, they can request, can you come on site to a venue and request, and they can load their inspo board, their images, what their vibe is, just to make sure they're connected to the right professional. So we launched with the app in 2024, but this month we're actually launching with an enhanced website experience.
Oh, okay.
So I've got all the feedback from the professionals, the businesses, and the clients. And now you as a client can actually view profiles up front, and you can request people directly. In addition to the beauty concierge, which I mentioned, kind of the open marketplace, I just make a request and it goes out to all the professionals.
Yeah.
And even for wedding planners, they can also go in there, create a profile.
Oh, really?
And they can put requests in for their clients.
Oh, that's so
And then
smart.
they can share beauty boards with, the client can share their beauty board with the other, because client to client can share DMs, just like on Instagram, check this out.
Right.
So there's a social feed now too, where people can comment on, who do you recommend for this service? Or me as a bride, when should I get a facial? Or what's the latest I should do something before my wedding so my skin's not looking too red or irritated, or if I want to get a peel.
Yeah.
Or I get a spray tan.
That is so
how far in advance should I do that?
Because we hear those questions
constantly.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah. And we're like, hey, babe, I can put a dress on you. That's a question for someone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's so smart. I can see this being really useful for out of town brides.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So brides that maybe are from this area. And so they're getting married here, but they haven't lived here for a while. So they don't really know what professional to connect with. That's really smart.
And some people that they're married younger, they maybe haven't gone to too many makeup artists.
Right.
Or had their hair styled too many times. They may not have a person in mind.
Right.
And sometimes if they have a wedding planner, they may have a list of people that is their go-to. Or a bride may have somebody. But what I found when I did a couple bridal shows is often they didn't necessarily have anybody just yet.
Right.
Depending on where they were in age. You know what I mean? Because I felt like some that haven't had their hair and makeup done as much.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, I don't have anybody in mind.
Well, a lot of brides, because what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, I'm telling you, at least once a week, there's a bride who comes in and she's like, I don't wear dresses. I don't do all of this. I don't know anything about it.
Right.
But I'm getting married. I have to do it. And so they want us to just be able to hold their hand and baby step them through the process.
Right.
And it's the same thing. Those girls are not, they don't have a special waxer on hand or things like that.
They've never done a spray tan.
Exactly.
But they may want to try it or do it. Or,
And maybe they will have a person after this, after they utilize them for this service, then they're like, okay, I loved that. And they'll go back to it.
Yeah, and they can go back to the app and easily re-request. That's the beautiful thing about Beauty Finder. You think about when you go to get your hair done with somebody, maybe this might be different for your makeup, for a facial, pertaining, but they're not all on the same booking platform.
Right.
So you as the client, you're having to go, unless you call, which is still your time, you're still having to like go to all these different online bookings to like figure out when they have an opening and look at your schedule and figure out. And it's just a lot of work on the consumer side.
Right.
And so for you, it's like, no, let me just go in and I can go to the person maybe I prefer first and say, hey, I really would love to get a facial with you this Thursday. I really only have a 10 to 1 time slot.
Me. That's me. 100%.
That's me too.
This is what I have available.
And then rather than you trying to figure it out, they figure it out and they make you an offer back. They're like, yes, we can do it. We're going to add you to our booking system.
That's so funny. That's literally the reason why I don't even have one person that cuts my hair for that exact reason. Because anytime that I'm like, oh, you know what? My roots are showing and I have this event coming up and I didn't even think, literally 2 days before my wedding.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm going to have to dye my roots.
Oh, yeah. No.
but you're not alone. A lot of people are that way. Most requests we get on Beauty Finder are within 7 days.
Yeah.
Like we do have brides.
They're like, I need it and I need it now.
A year out. And we do have like special event season. Like right now, people are booking for Mardi Gras.
Yes.
Like November, December for February, January, because I know there's some other parties that occur before the balls.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh gosh, I'm going to this event and I didn't book it yet. Or now I want to get it done. Or to your point, like, oh wait. And the other thing I found about like also being a salon owner, we saw the same thing where people would call same week wanting appointments. It's like there's something about you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what?
Today's a hair day.
Today's a hair day. Or you know, I'm going to call and get my, it's bothering me. Or I want to get a facial today because I need it. Like there's just something about like, I can't explain it, but there's like an emotional component to it.
There is. Absolutely. And I mean, this is ideal for someone with a super busy schedule who, like me, like I'm going to put that kind of stuff off. Now I have like a hair person, right? And so I've got like a set 6 week, whatever. But if I didn't, and I was this busy and I didn't have someone reminding me, book an appointment, remember to come back, like I would just be like kind of winging it. Or for someone I'm thinking like, my mother-in-law, who they don't typically treat themselves to something like this. And so one day they'll wake up and they'll be like, you know what? I feel like getting a facial and they're not going to want to schedule it out.
And they don't really know who to go to.
Or they don't know who to go to or like what. Yeah. I love it. It's such a great idea.
And it is interesting too, like, cause I, get my hair colored like every like 5.5 weeks because brunette saying the gray's coming in. Hard to avoid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? There's like grays.
Great. I also don't have wrinkles. Shout out my Botox girl.
But there's a lot of people that maybe are getting a blowout and your hairstylist is not available for the blowout. Because they're booked with color cuts. Interestingly enough, cuts was the top requested, women's cuts was the top requested service. And then it was like blowouts and then like makeup were our top 3 for 2025.
That's so funny.
So people, so it is. And then the other thing, what you see was as you get younger in generation is not to stereotype any age group because I know we're all different, but there's a little bit like convenience resonates through all generations. Everybody values convenience, no matter if you're 18 or you're 65. Everybody values convenience. But the committal factor is if you talk to some college kids, not all, it's like, oh wait, I want to get my hair colored today. I'll just go book with somebody and the next time do somebody else. Like they may not.
They don't feel that loyalty that I do.
Because you're not going they're not going every like 5.5 weeks to get it done. They're maybe doing lived in color that's every 6 months. Like, oh, I'll try this other girl this time. She's really cool on Instagram.
Really? Yeah. I don't stick with any one person because I'm just like, I don't feel a sense of like,
I really need it.
I don't want to say I don't feel a sense of loyalty. That sounds really bad, but I kind of don't. I'm just, I really, and maybe it's because I've never had an experience that was like, oh my gosh, so phenomenal. I have a very weird hair, like texture in terms of like my curls. Like it is like Irish curls. They're not ringlets. I don't need Shirley Temple. But most of the time I get my hair done and they diffuse the hell out of it with like the little Shirley Temple creators, what I call it. Because
the scruncher. Like
little,
my daughter's obsessed. She uses that.
Like these little like ringlets.
Right.
And then other times they'll be like, oh, well, you must like want your hair to be straight. And so they will like blow it out in a way that almost straightens it. Yeah. And I have had a couple times recently where I've gotten my hair done and they've actually done like a phenomenal job. But I've also had to learn like how to communicate that better because I don't know how to communicate it besides saying like, I like the way my curls are. I just want them more defined.
Well, but not to the point where it's like,
but not to the point where they're crunchy.
But this would be a good way to interview lots of different people.
Yes, because you could you could say that in a message because you can send it professional and you can actually send inspiration images. Yeah. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And then that way they can, because cutting curly hair is an art and not everybody is really good at that. And not everybody likes to do that. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it is nice to know, like, hey, this is my preference, what I'm looking for. And you can also go look at their portfolio to be like, oh, I don't really see a lot of curly hair people I can confirm like, hey, is this is this something you do often? Because this is what I'm trying to get to.
That's really good to know. I know Justine was talking about that earlier when we were talking about your app. She was like, oh my God, I would love to use that if I'm able to actually go through and see like who specifically is good with like natural, like textured hair that is her texture, because Justine's black.
Yes.
So she's like, if I don't want to do braids, if I don't want to do a protective hairstyle and I just want something, but still have like that, like luxurious experience getting your hair done. That's really, I'll tell her about that. Cause being able to like look and say like, okay, well, what do we have on the portfolio for it? It's just so, cause even for myself, I don't have curls like she has, but I sit there and I go, I don't trust anybody to actually like do my curls correctly.
Right. So. And then there's also tags. So people can tag like 2 tags. So if they are like a curly hair expert or they do specialize in textured hair, because not everybody does know how to do the different hair types. Right. Some people don't do men's cuts. You'll find in the industry, like, people really love men's cuts and people are like, they're like, I just do women's cuts. Like, it's so interesting of like where people, so there's tags. And then also, in the new version, the website version, there's also, you can go make a request, but then you can populate all the businesses if you want to just look at them first before it's sent out to everybody. So you have that option too. Whereas it's not just like, hey, I need a curly haircut, send it out to everybody that offers that and then let them make offers. You can see the list and then kind of filter through like, okay, I want to request with them first. Yeah. Or you can actually go to a profile if you know somebody and request. So
this is so smart. Like, we talked on one of these episodes about our Gen Z customer and how they want all of this information up front. Like, they want to lay in bed at night in their phone and shop through and kind of pre-make these decisions before they actually make them. And they want to know what they're getting. That's right. And so it's that makes it so much more comfortable for them than just showing up blind to an appointment because so-and-so liked them. Right. But so-and-so has completely different skin type and hair texture and whatever.
Also big on knowing the price in advance.
Yes, they want all that information.
You can filter by price. It's also really cool. We have a map feature now, so you can see where you are, like with a pin drop and all the other people, and see like visually where they're located. Just because you're like, okay, what is 3 miles? But when you look at 3 miles in Baton Rouge, that could be
correct.
So, and so whatever's most important, people can like, whether it's the star rating, there's rating system too. So you rate them after your experience. And we ask the client, like, why did you pick them? Was it location, convenience, their style, their experience, their price? So we can start giving feedback to the professional. Hey, you're mostly selected because of your location. Or
so don't move.
Like, which I would have loved as a business
love to know that.
And I think would love to know that. Professionals struggle with is pricing. Like, so it could be completely valid, but if you're like $50 below all the other people around you, it might be good insight.
Do you need to be? Yeah. Like, could you maybe like adjust it?
Or the opposite.
Or if you're $50 above and you're not getting
bookings, like, and you have good star ratings, then it might be some insight. Not saying again that people should have to change their business model, but information's value.
Oh, we love data.
If you're like aware of your market, then
and that's the cool thing too, that the professionals have a dashboard. So they can see how many times they're viewed. They can see their bookings per month. They can see the dollars, their top service. They can set their daily goals.
I love that.
So they can be as like immersed in it as they want. Or like, but it's truly, we're really creating a beauty community where people are there for beauty and they can talk about all things beauty. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And connect.
I love this. So we have like a point of sale system that we use for bridal stores. Yes. And it's, it gives us all of that kind of data and we thrive on it. We look at it and we like, measure all of it because like you can only, improve what you measure. And so it's nice that they have this because I don't know what it looks like for a beauty professional on their end. I don't know what kind of point of sale system they have or what kind of data they can gather, but this is a really nice resource to have to give them that.
We can also look and see on the portals for our designers, like how many clicks did we get to our website?
Yes, from
their website of people saying like, oh, I want to try on this designer. What stores have them? And then saying, oh, Bustle, and clicking to look at Bustle. That is just so interesting to me. And that reminds me, I saw a TikTok the other day. There's a girl, and I feel so bad that I'm not going to be able to say what her name is. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to like tell you after this, Jay. You'll have to like put her name up on the screen. There's a girl, and it's the only makeup tutorials that I watch on TikTok. It's because she reminds me so much of myself doing makeup if I were good at it.
People love that.
Yes.
You want to. Yes, you want to see yourself.
But what I mean is like she does like she's like, let me recreate authentic 2010s makeup. And so in doing
I thrived.
In doing that
was my
she's
time.
Like, we're trying to make the what did she call it? The tadpole eyebrows.
Oh yeah, been there. Been there. I'm still recovering. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like,
still
to try
recovering.
and do that, we're gonna like glue these eyebrows down. But she's so relatable.
Please
because
share this with me.
She's quite
like,
literally like trying to do this, but she's like clearly cutting corners because she doesn't really feel like putting that much work in.
That's so funny.
And she's like, it said to do 3 layers of glue. I'm just gonna do 2 layers of glue. I'm sure it's fine. And then it literally cuts to 30 seconds later when she goes, I should have done 3 layers of glue. It's so textured, but I already put the stuff on top. It's fine. She said, once I put the makeup on top, it's going to be fine. And she puts it, it comes out orange, and she goes, oh, I've never done this color before. I shouldn't have done this color. And but she like finds these like shortcut ways to get it done so that it's actually correct. But all I'm saying is like, when I watch that, I love it. Because that's how I do it's first of all, the only makeup tutorial I want to watch. I don't sit there and just watch makeup tutorials. I'm not interested in it. But something she talked about in that video that was fascinating to me was that makeup isn't sold anymore with instructions on the back on how to put it on. The assumption is now.
Oh yeah.
I did not realize.
I'm thinking back to like all my little like Revlon eyeshadow that I got in high school showed you.
Yeah.
The assumption is that you are going into the store to purchase this because you saw it in a makeup tutorial and wanted it. And so
that is a big shift.
Because the video showed you how to put it on, and that you can't find anymore those little just 4-colored eyeshadow palettes where it's like brow bone, and it literally
tells you
engraved into the
my little Clinique set would say like, you know, high arch.
That what was that lip color that everybody had? That was so
Black Honey.
Yes,
I still have it, girl. I still have it. It's in my purse right now.
I found that so fascinating because I said like this. She's saying this, and I know this is the only girl whose makeup tutorials I watch. I have like when I go into like an Ulta or a Sephora, I walk in, and part of it is because I do what I do where I help customers, and I know like to be someone who is customer facing, you have to be at least mildly an expert in your craft. You have to be.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that's working at like an Ulta or Sephora, like there's some sort of training.
Yes. Yeah. And so I will literally sit down and be like, you can sell me anything right now under this price point that will do one of these 2 things that I'm in here to get handled. Yeah. And they'll like show it to me. But it's so like, if I had someone I could go to, like literally with this app, just to say like, okay, I'm getting my makeup done for this event, but also can you walk me through why you're doing what you're doing?
I saw that. Really? I was playing around on it and I saw that because I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Don't mind me with a good time.
Okay.
And wait, it sounds like a good party.
Don't say that too loud because for the past 2 presents that I've gotten from Bustle have been, I say from Bustle, from one of the girls at Bustle for either my birthday or Christmas, have included an Ulta gift card that say, fix your face, bitch.
That's not true.
So no, Gab got that for me. She said,
wait, it literally said that?
She said it was an Ulta gift card and she put on the little thing that the card was in, fix your face, bitch. And I said, and I'll tell you what though, I was in that Ulta on the phone with Gab. So and Gab was like walking me through. She was like, okay, you need to go to this aisle, get this thing. Like she's helping me identify stuff that I saw on like TikTok or whatever that was supposedly good. Yeah. But I'm telling you, like, anytime that I have the money to spend on makeup, I'm like, somebody show me where to spend my money at.
Pull it up and be like, I have money to spend on color, cut, whatever. And then you can put that in. Yeah. You can say like, this is my budget, and it'll connect you with someone.
Now, interestingly enough, like we don't actually put that up front.
Okay.
Because, but you'll get what the prices are available professionals, and then you can select,
and you can say like
actually, like doable for me.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Yeah. So this is such a fantastic idea. How did you come up with this idea? Like what happened?
So so part of this started my first year of business ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a cosmetologist by trade.
Mm-hmm.
I literally read about Allie Webb in the Wall Street Journal. She's the founder of the Dry Bar.
Yes.
And I love the whole concept. I was coming up from a girls trip. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, look, I really want to open up a blowout beauty bar.
Mm-hmm.
And more of a blowout bar, but it turned into, we launched with doing spray tans and makeup too. So it was kind of not just a blowout bar. She's like, let's do it. So that's kind of how it started.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, you're in your 20s and you're like, let's go.
What can I do? Let's do. Yep. Been there.
So, but we were the first blowout bar in Lake Charles.
Okay.
And a lot of people we hired didn't necessarily come with established clientele because sometimes everybody wants to just style. So you have to find the right person that's what they want. But there's a lot of people that do want to just do styling.
Mm-hmm.
So we brought in Trainer Ray up, but being a new brand, kind of a newer concept to the city, and then people coming in and build up their clientele. I remember that first year being like, oh my gosh, are we going to make it?
Mm-hmm.
Because
everybody has that.
Put in all this like infrastructure costs into the facility, into the training, all the things, to try it in the market. And I was like, I wonder if there's a platform where we could say, like, I could put our business on there and people would know that we exist, right? Mm-hmm. And I was looking for this and I could not find it. And then it dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, like, why does this not exist?
Yeah.
A platform where all like businesses around beauty could just be there and customers can make requests to. Back then I was thinking more of this open table type model. But when I launched, it became more of an involved version because some of that does exist where you can go look at like, like Yelp and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So then on the consumer side, I had an event the day of my gender reveal party and my pictures. We were taking maternity pictures. I had my hair and makeup scheduled because I wanted to look good for my
all of it. Yeah.
You're spending all this money and you're having a party. And, at the time I was 19 weeks pregnant. I was so nauseated. Yeah. I don't know how you felt during your pregnancy, but like,
amazing. She's rocking and rolling. She's doing great.
I'm vibing. We're good.
I did not do pregnancy well.
No, me neither.
I'm very sick. And,
no, I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's hard.
It's bad. It's hard.
But I was nauseated. I just wanted somebody to fix my hair and my makeup. I was all and so I literally pulled into the parking lot and they're calling me and I'm like, late, but I was at a 9 o'clock appointment. I'm like, surely. So I answered like, hey, we're sorry, but the stylist is sick. And I was like,
oh, no.
I was like, so can somebody else take me? And they're like, no, we're fully booked. And I was like,
you're like, that's crazy.
No, can y'all figure this out? Because like I was a salon owner at the time, and I'm like, no,
like someone can do this.
We would never let a person down. Like,
no,
we would
fit
just,
me in.
We would fit them in and work it out. And I was like, even if you just did style it and then because I was doing hair and makeup the same person. So I was so upset. Here I was, and I was like, and it just dawned on me. I was like, with there being over 27,000 licensed professionals in the state of Louisiana, like beauty professionals, why is it so hard?
Right. Someone is available.
Like the SOS on Facebook.
Right.
Because, this is in 2019. And like Reconnect was like, I need help. I texted every beauty professional I knew in Baton Rouge, which I had a pretty big network because I had a salon like Charles. And so like, I was like, are you like, no, we have a wedding party. Like, I'm like, oh. So I just was like, it shouldn't be this hard. And I had this aha moment, like, how can I make it easier for consumers? Mm-hmm. And then I also thought about all the brides who would call us in tears that we weren't necessarily doing their hair and makeup, but they were in a bind.
Yes.
And they're like, oh my God, my stylist got really sick. Can somebody come on site? And we're like, how many people? And then if we couldn't swing, we're like, look, we maybe can't come to you. Mm-hmm. Come to us. We will do, this is what we can do. We'll help. Yeah. Or if we could, we would send somebody on site. And it happened a lot. So that was kind of the thought behind the SOS feature. Mm-hmm. So there's actually an SOS.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Up your urgency of request.
Oh.
So,
not Katie clicking SOS every time.
No, it's not good.
No, you can, but you also be willing to pay more than the service price and the tip. So there's kind of a little bit more premium, but it's also, and at first,
but if you're desperate, you will.
And it's right there. Like, I don't care who's available. I'll pay $100 more now. Like, for somebody to come do this. But I thought about these things that was interesting. I've seen people do SOS for same-week appointments because they're like, I've got to have this done. Mm-hmm. And it may not be like a same day, next day, but it's that week. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. So like at first I was like, do I need to define it with a time frame? I'm like, no, let the customer define it. If they're willing to pay for more because it's important to them, keep it open.
Keep it open.
So that was behind SOS. So I say that to say it was an evolution of being a business owner and just seeing like like what I would want from a business perspective and and then professionals I saw would leave the industry if they didn't build fast enough.
Yes.
And if you think about it, a lot of professionals will go from high school to hair school.
Yeah.
At least because I own a salon, so I'm speaking more from my experience. And they haven't had a chance to build their network.
Right.
And when you get out of hair school, which is about, some can get it done before a year, but at least a year commitment, then you're based on like referrals, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then people want to come back to you. But if you're young, I think back to the like 19, 20-year-old Annabeth, like I don't have the network I have now at like 40 years old.
Correct.
So like you're just hoping your mom's friends and they're probably established, like you said, they already go to somebody every 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. But they're like, we'll go see her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But they're not coming back.
They're not coming back. So they're trying to like be seen. And now with all like the social media, like algorithms, people are not just on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok just for beauty. So you can get lost in that. So for all those reasons, I was like, there has to be a better way to help both the consumer and the professional.
Well, and even a well-established business, if there was some way that we could get like a bat signal in there whenever someone's like, my dress came in from this store and it is wrong, or it is this or that.
Like there's like a tear in like the lace.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a question that I had for you. Do you think that this is something that could translate to a broader retail market? For like what we do. So like what Katie's saying is like, if someone could be like,
there was an app where I could find a maternity store. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't find a maternity store to save my life.
I definitely think, and it exists now, like in other industries, like if someone's looking for like the Angie's List, you think about that, like if someone's looking for like, an AC person or plumber or those kind of things. So some of that stuff, like Thumbtack.
There's like TaskRabbit.
Like there's those type of things.
But for this like higher end, luxurious thing, like if we had, because we have phone calls from brides and they're like, hey, my dress came in, it's completely wrong. Or I went to the tailor and it's ruined or whatever. Yeah. And like, I really, need help.
An absurd amount.
Kind of way too much.
Yeah.
So like, it would be so amazing.
Not our brides, right here.
That's right. Not them. Yeah. But like and they'll call us and they're just like Googling or they're putting out an SOS on Facebook or whatever. Like what an amazing tool that would be for us. So it's incredible that it's available to beauty professionals.
Like, yes. But I agree. It's so transferable. And then even I've had the same thing for products. Some like, how often do you like go to like wash your face and you're like, oh, I'm out of like, you need to get this product.
And then you're just like, I'll get it later.
Makeup, and you're like, and then you call the salon like, oh, we're out of it, but you can, we'll put an order in. And
you're like, I can't wait a week.
I can't wait a week. So I actually had a lot of feedback around like, can I like request, like, does somebody have a product, on hand? So
that's really smart.
Yeah,
that's really smart.
And then they have it ready for me and I just show up and get it. So
that's like a new little branch.
Is it like a messaging? Like you can message a specific, I want to say like vendor, but like I guess it is a vendor.
Like a business,
My brain just hears vendor and immediately thinks it's just for brides.
Yeah, but no, that's like that's across the board.
But is it like you can just message them with like questions about like what their service is?
So so once a client makes a request, then the chat feature opens up. The client makes a request. Once they receive an offer from a professional, the chat feature opens.
So they can communicate.
Just DM and then professionals can't randomly DM clients like, hey, come book it. Like, that could be like, Like we want there to be some like
commitment on both sides.
And to where you're just like going, like, so if they make a request to the person, the chat does open up with that person. And then if they get an offer, same thing, because often there may be some, yes, I want to book with you, but I have some additional questions. Like, like, hey, or last minute, you know what? I can't do that 1 o'clock. Can you see me at 3 o'clock? And then you could share the beauty board, and a professional may also ask clarity questions. Like, okay, I saw you sent all this. Is this what you're thinking? So I can best prepare.
I wonder because a lot of our brides call us, and like I said, their big thing is they're like, I don't know anything about this. Yes. Like, can you answer my questions?
Yes.
And a lot of times they don't call us. Once they've made an appointment on Bridal Live, that's our point of sale system.
Yeah,
they can message us. So we will get like a text from a bride whose appointment's in 3 days and say, hey, is it okay if I'm bringing one extra person?
Oh, yes. And they can do all
that. Is it okay? Yeah, like all of that stuff. And there's many times where I find myself as someone who knows absolutely nothing about anything that it takes to like a basic upkeep of myself, honestly. Yes. And I'm like, God, I just wish I could like text this person. Like I had a person that I could go to for this thing.
But you know what's great is now that we have the social feed, a client can go and be like, hey, what facial do you recommend before you get married? there's so many options. Or do you recommend getting a chemical peel if you've never done it before?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will go a little bit bigger before their wedding day because they just want to look their best.
Right.
And so, but they don't know where to start. Because even if you look at all the facial options, it's like, but on the application, the new version, they can actually say what type of facial they want. Right. When I created the current version, I had to come up with some main types of facials. So
I saw that.
Professionals will get it.
Yeah.
For the new version, the professionals are going to build out their own menu, and we've built some logic in to recognize that this is what they're meaning. This means hydrofacial. They know this stands for anti-aging. Right. And so that they can still match. So yes, so there is the fee component where they can say, hey, what's the best product to do with curly hair if my hair is frizzing? Or I don't know, I'm really thinking about doing an updo, but I really like to have loose curls. Yeah. Can people give me other brides? Like, do you regret it if you keep your hair down? And like,
so many brides ask us that. They ask us that when they're in the dress. That's typically how we know it's the one, is whenever they say, how should I wear my hair? I go, okay, we're getting ahead of things.
They're like, we're just going to pull out this app and we're going to show you how to ask that question. So do you find that the professionals that are using this app, do you find that it's more new businesses or more established businesses or both? It's like a nice mix.
It is a nice mix. And that mix, and that's what was important to me too, is making sure that you had people at different like experience levels, but also some people prefer to go to like established business or brand that they know. Yeah. Some people are like, it doesn't matter. Like, if I like their vibe and I like their price and it's convenient, I'm going to go there. Yeah. And so we actually have both, because even established businesses need new clients.
And they need to fill those holes in their schedule. Yes.
Because they do, like, and that's been a big selling point for a lot of these businesses. Like, it's inevitable. People will get sick. Yes. Something comes up, their kids, blah, blah, and they can't make their appointment. And so when that time goes unused, that's money. They can't recoup that.
Okay. So they can go in there and they can say, I had a cancellation on Saturday at 2:00. I'm available to do these services.
But they can also go and look at all the requests that have come into their queue and be like, wow, this person. And
can you imagine if we had like a feed?
Like if you have like an opening, or
we are literally booked to the
solid.
Every single time slot is booked for every single fitting room, including the VIP suite is booked for every single time.
It's January. We get busy.
This is the popular season.
It's very exciting. But
because of New Year's Eve brides.
Yeah, Christmas. They got engaged over Christmas. Yeah.
I have a bride who literally called today because she just wants to come in and get measured and purchase her dress on Saturday, like this Saturday. And she's like, would y'all have room for me to put it on? And I'm like, I don't even have room for you to, because I won't have a dressing room available. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, I mean, like, you know, there might be a little bit of time in between some stuff, but just based on like the way her schedule's set up for the day, I had to explain to her that like, if somebody like cancels for the time that I have you set down for, then we could actually like put the dress on. Yeah. Imagine that, having like the room for that. Yeah. But that's like the only time, unless somebody is already like, we have it, they called 2 days before, we're going to have it in the notes that if we have a cancellation for 1:00 or 3:00, she's the first person we're calling. But besides
and we have like a wait list function so that we can add them to it. But can you imagine if there was a portal where we could be like, hey, if you're out shopping, we just had a cancellation at 1:00. Yes. Like, you don't have to call around to all these different stores. Like, we're available. That's like, incredible. What a resource.
So it makes it easy. And that's where a lot of businesses have loved. And then also a lot of businesses, they have associates that come aboard and they're growing their clientele. Yes. And so it gives them an opportunity. Yeah. Because some people, like if it's a business, they can have pricing that varies from the lower to kind of a higher end. Yeah. And not everybody is wanting to pay the same pricing. And people are, really good. It doesn't mean just because they're going to somebody that is younger in their career that they're not talented. Because I've seen it like being an owner for 10 years. And so it is nice. So we do have a lot of businesses, and then we do have a lot of professionals. One thing you're seeing in the industry is more salon suites.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so I see a lot of that now.
People are now like an owner of their own suite within a salon suite. Right. And so they don't have the storefront with the name.
What does that mean?
So you can probably explain it better.
Well, basically, have you ever heard of like solo salon suites? Mm-mm. Basically, imagine it being a building like this, and there being like 10 by 10 rooms or 10 by 12 rooms, and each room is its own business. And they have the door into their room has their branding. Yes. But from the outside, it just says like a name, salon suites or some sort of suites. They're everywhere in town too. But you don't have like the storefront, like name recognition like y'all do from airline. Right. And so, it's harder to be seen from that perspective. But it's people that are like, I want to be my own solopreneur. I want to like, you know, maybe they've been in the industry for a period of time and they haven't built up clientele. So they're basically their own business owner, but it's a more affordable way than being in a 1,400, 1,500 square foot facility that it's going to be harder to have enough clients to cover the cost.
Okay. Yeah. And they can brand it their own way too. Like it's very interesting and very cool. They can make it look a certain way. And so instead of just renting a booth at a larger salon, they're renting like a space. And when you go inside, it's like it's branded for them. Yeah. It's very cool.
A lot of estheticians do it. A lot of cosmetologists do it. Barbers. Permanent makeup artists do it, makeup artists. I mean, you're seeing all kinds of wellness people do it as well.
Yeah.
Because it is a little bit, it's a lot more affordable than if you were to have a full facility.
And it's a great way to like, for some people, you know, they've been in the industry for a long time and they decide to do it that way. But for a lot of people, it's a great way to start their business that way in an affordable way. And then I've seen some artists move on from that and get their own larger space, which is, that's so exciting.
And then they bring on a whole group with them too, like other, I agree. That did not, I mean, it's become a lot more popular. So this really helps service like all professionals. People that are solo, people that are, that have a business, that have multiple stylists, booth renters.
Right.
Interesting.
So exciting. I mean, what a resource. I've said it before, but it's true. Like what a resource it is for them.
Well, I think it's amazing because I just want to help. Like, like I've been in their shoes.
Yes.
And I know how it is to be a business owner. Yeah. And I also I'm in the consumer shoes all the time. I'm like, it shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah.
Food delivered to our doorstep.
Yep.
Groceries.
It's a gig economy. Like it's like we're hiring individual people. Yes.
I'm surprised, honestly, that the beauty industry has not been more connected with all of the professionals sooner.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I just like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to put this in a way that is like, makes sense. But I feel like it's the kind of thing where it's only going to become a bigger and bigger deal as like more Gen Zs hop on board. Because when I tell you that is, you say it's a gig economy, like that is great for the people who are looking for the gig. But one thing about Gen Z is they're just looking to book someone who's looking for a gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Gen Z is like the peak of like, oh, I don't need somebody who's been doing this for like 50 years. Yes. I don't need somebody who's been doing this for even 15 years. Yeah. But honestly, just anyone who is going to like not price gouge me and I like them as a person and want to give them my money. The number of times, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had somebody, the girl who used to do my hair, she did hair in Denham Springs at a salon. And then after the flood in Denham, she started working out of her house. She does amazing work. She really, really does. But she lives so far away from me now. And for years, I was still like, whatever. And I drove out there. And that's one of the only people that I'm like, yep, I like have loyalty to her doing my hair. I don't go see her anymore only because she is so far away. But when I tell you for a very long time, it was just like, I liked her. And it's not even that I was like, oh, I know that no matter what, I'm going to get exactly what I walked in looking for, because I don't know what I'm walking in looking for. Like, I knew that when I left, I liked my hair and I liked her.
And you liked her.
And wanted to give her my money.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
You know, and but being like Gen Z, like I will, if I'm doing, I'll look the night before I want to get my hair done to see if I can book at a salon. And I will check to see based on like their prices and like where they're located. And then I'm typically looking on their website and I'll get the final price and I will literally just compare it. I'll price shop it because it's not that big.
Well, you can now do a beauty finder. You don't have to. It could be all one place.
I will be. Yeah. Right. Like, that's what I do is I see like, okay, what's the more, and it's also a lot of times I'm doing it based on like an algorithm that's maybe a little outdated from their website. I don't get to talk to an actual person.
And that's a really good point because you're right. A lot of times people don't always keep their website updated.
Right. Because we're busy. It's like we're working, you know?
But you just reminded me of something that's new on the website that I should have said. It's the deal section. So now,
she said me. It's the Katie section.
Mother's Day is gonna hate to see me coming.
Love to see you coming, actually.
No, but so now professionals that maybe put on Instagram, hey, we're running like this new year, new client special, or maybe we're doing this Mardi Gras special or whatever. They can now post a deal. So if somebody is wanting to like get their makeup done, but they're curious to see like what's a deal in my area and kind of see who's offering that, if that's important to them, they can book the deal.
Yeah.
So if there's like a facial or
I love it.
or like cut, so that's a new offering because a lot of professionals like it'd be really nice if I could advertise on the platform, and now they can do that too. Like,
so can you use the app or the website to book something for someone else?
Yes.
Like if I'm like, my mom deserves a massage, and she doesn't care who she goes to, I'm just going to book something for her. So you can go in there and book for someone else.
You can, because that's actually one of the questions. Are you booking for yourself or for, and if you say,
I got you.
No, and then you have to say, I authorize, I have approval to do that. That was actually kind of like a safeguard to make sure people weren't randomly.
And then Jay, I'll have you just clip this and text it to Jack and then be like, oops, that was supposed to go to Sarah.
Yeah, right.
We actually had a man do that for his wife for like their anniversary.
Amazing.
And it was so
Iconic.
awesome. And I had a daughter do that for her mother for a facial.
I love
so
that.
They do it now. Granted, it may be under like their account, but they can put in the notes, it's for my mom, here's her contact information, or it's for my wife. And when they add it to the booking system, it has like your information.
Yes.
But you're not live with it otherwise. Like you don't, or they can say, no, just keep it with me because I don't want them to get the notification.
Yeah.
And then I'll surprise them with card. So yes.
I love it because guess what? Like I love getting a gift card to like my favorite places that I go to. But what I love even more is when my husband is like, you're going on Tuesday at noon. And I've already done the work and here it is. That's amazing.
To me, I'm like,
we need to tell all the men about this.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, tell him, I'm like, did you like book some, it's our anniversary, did you book something for me? He's like, we were going to go to dinner. I'm like, no, like a spa service?
Yeah.
Like,
come on.
Just
we go to dinner all the time. Yeah. Do the work. Do the work. I love it.
Right.
I love that. That's amazing. That's so good. I mean, it's not even Gen Z though. Like, I mean, I'm thinking it's everyone loves a convenience right now.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like I was making a doctor's appointment for my daughter today, like a dermatologist appointment. And I'm looking through all the different websites of all the different dermatologists and who's available when or whatever. And I'm making phone calls. I mean, even for that industry, it would be amazing to just be like, who's available?
And my mom's work in healthcare.
Right.
And we actually have some dermatology offices on it. Now, currently we don't do health services because that gets into HIPAA.
Yeah.
And so like, but there,
like cosmetics,
ask for injectables, and that's on like our roadmap to add.
Okay.
Because,
like Botox and Juvederm.
I was going to ask about that because that was the first thing that I asked
a lot of people.
I heard about this. I was like, Botox?
Yeah.
Yes. And I've had people tell me, Annabeth, if there were like deals on Botox on your thing, I would totally go in there just for that. You know, like
100%.
Yeah. There's that one app that does Botox and every Christmas or December or something. I don't even know what it is. Yeah. And I have it downloaded on my phone. I don't use it because I don't do Botox. But every Christmas or December or something, my mom texts me and it's like, they're doing a thing where you put your email in, you get $50 off. Everybody. So literally, she's sending it to me and my sister. She's like, put it in and then send it to me.
I know exactly what she's talking about too.
That's awesome. But we definitely are like working to figure out what all needs to be involved to add like injectables. But it does like.
I can see how that would get.
Yeah, people realize, even though we're not getting like your date of birth and we're not asking for any of your clinical medical history,
it's still
if it's a medical grade service, it still falls.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been like, really? Like, I work in healthcare. I'm like, really? Attorneys does it? And they're like,
it does.
Yeah. And of course, I'm going to make sure we're going to do everything right.
Yeah.
Because I would never want there to be a breach of data, and then all of a sudden it's like, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
I love this so much. It's like some of the best ideas and the best businesses come from a need, like an obvious need in the community, and someone making a mistake.
Well, especially
or, doing something wrong.
What do I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get into this?
Because I was very similar. I mean, I ordered a wedding gown and it came in too small because of a paperwork error. And it was 6 weeks before my wedding and there was nothing to do. Like I just got another dress off the rack that I liked.
She sent us a picture of it.
It was very 2006. Okay.
No,
I'm not embarrassed.
It was 2006, but I'll tell you right now, if that dress, because it had like the embellishments that were like almost gold. And if that dress
she was beautiful,
full ivory and not gold with a little, because it was a straight across neckline, if it had a fold over with the same detailing in ivory, I could sell that today.
Yeah. She was classic.
Easy.
Yeah. She was beautiful. But it was just paperwork error. Anybody could do it. It's just a mistake. but it was a really unfortunate mistake. And it was like,
your day. And it's so special.
It's not a mistake Sarah makes.
It's not. I'm sorry.
It's great because I'm sure so many brides, because you experienced that, your attention to detail and and all of your quality assurance, quality checks.
Here's one thing that I will say: things happen. Designers will send us stuff that is just wrong.
That's right.
No. Things just happen sometimes. But more than that, when those things happen, it's not. I think Sarah will say this, that she's very happy to have a team working for her that believes in this so wholeheartedly, but it's not ever the kind of thing where anyone in the store would go, "Oh, that happened. Oh well."
We're staying up 24 hours.
When that salon was like, sorry,
I literally cannot imagine.
I got a hold of the owner.
Yes, I would have too.
I was like, look, I just need you to know this is the experience, and of course they apologize, but I'm just like, I would want to know about it.
100%.
That's a perfect example. This past Friday, I had to go to the assessment center because at literally 10 a.m. During my first appointment, I almost passed out after picking up one dress.
Hate to hear it. I don't make her do that, by the way.
No, she does make me do that.
Okay.
She's
that was on her own volition.
This whole pregnancy that I have been at work feeling so bad, and I was like, "Oh, I'm good. I've got this appointment." It was just my blood sugar dropped, but I was like, I'm pregnant. I said I should go to the assessment center, and I felt horrible. I was like, I probably just have a bug. I didn't have a bug, but I was like, I probably just have a bug, and everything is fine. But we had 3:30 appointments scheduled that day. And it was me, Abby, and Justine working. And we literally called the third person who booked very last minute, literally at 8:30 that morning. We called her because we are never going to sit here and just be like,
gotta cancel. Sorry.
Good luck.
Yeah,
and
never.
We told her, we were like, look, if today is the absolute only time that it works, we will figure it out. And by figure it out, we were going to have Gab drive here from New Orleans because she was in New Orleans at the time.
Yeah.
But we were like, if you want, you can have a complimentary VIP appointment for 3:00 tomorrow. Wow. The bride ended up saying, I'm going to be honest with you. I have a dress I want to buy at another store. I just booked this appointment last minute to feel like I did try to look somewhere else, but I want that dress and I'm probably going to go back to get it either way. So don't even bother wasting y'all's time with a 3:30.
Yeah.
She said with a 3:00 VIP appointment, I don't need to take up your resources like that. I'm probably just gonna go get.
Well, that was actually nice too. If she knew, some people. And they could have changed their mind when they came to stuff.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
But ultimately, there was a voice in the back of my head that was like, we could have beat that dress.
Maybe. But ultimately, we're not going to ever leave you without an option. Yeah. We're going to move heaven and earth to make it happen. She was even calling me and she was like, would you take a bride? And I was like, yes, I will.
Yeah. But she was like, see if she wants to just reschedule, because this isn't if we don't do it today, it's the end of the world.
Right. It wasn't her portraits that day. It was, whatever. But essentially, mistakes happen, things happen.
It's about how you fix it.
It's about how you fix it.
Yeah,
and it's about the story that customer ends up telling about the problem and how you fix. I tell them this all the time. I'm like, she's going to talk about what happened. We want the end of that story to be what we did right.
That's right.
And how we made her happy.
People will, because I feel I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on this, but I do feel because there's so much the internet, people can just go leave a bad review without even having a conversation.
Right.
It's being able to have the opportunity to do service recovery.
Yes.
To get ahead of it. I mean, obviously in those situations, if you have to, but if somebody you do everything right, and then they're still not happy, and then there's something, and that's such a hard
happens. I want them telling the story.
That's right.
I want them saying, this is what happened, and this is how Bustle fixed it, and this is why you should go there, because if the worst thing happens, they're going to fix it.
Yeah.
But some people thrive in the weeds, and that's me. I thrive when there's a challenge.
Times I've had a bride call me and say, hey, when my dress came in, I had lost weight, or when my dress came in, there was something weird with the construction of it. When the designer sent it, something like that happens, and they say, so I talked to Katie about this. I just need an update. What's going on with this? And mind you, like when they're saying like I need an update, it's like the next Monday after that Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, queen, like I've already cussed out a designer.
I've already gone to bat for you. Don't worry.
This is already in the works. Yeah. I just don't have a set ETA of when the correct dress is coming in, and I'm not calling you until it's handled.
Yeah, but we have fought the fight. We have fought it.
It's so important. Is people want to just feel heard and seen. They don't want to feel like you're just, because it is a big deal. This is a big moment for them.
Yeah.
And people would be like, oh, it's just your wedding day, but like,
it's not just a dress. Jack has done that before whenever I come home stressed out, like something, like we have one designer in particular that we've had quite a few issues with lately, and I'll be like, it's just,
you cut this part.
Yeah, cut this part. But I'll come home and I'll tell Jack, like, oh, I'm stressed about this or that or whatever. And he will tell me, he doesn't say it anymore, but he used to say, well, look, just remind yourself at the end of the day, it's just a dress.
And I said, no,
wait a minute.
No.
Oh, my husband knows better. He would never.
He doesn't anymore, but he used to say,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. And every part of it is a big deal.
Yeah.
Every single part.
Makes y'all a great company.
Yeah.
Because look, you said it early, like mistakes are going to happen, whether it's your fault or the vendor or like the shipment or whoever it is.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they're thinking about your business, your brand. Like you are the face of giving them this product.
Yep.
And I think as long as you're like, hey, I hear you, I see you, here's what I'm doing to take care of you.
That's it.
I think it's like that creates loyalty for me. When people treat me like, hey, even if like mistakes are made, but they like take care of you, you're like, okay. Like,
yeah.
I find even the most like quote unquote problematic customers, they just want you to listen to them
100%.
and say to them like, that's valid. Like you're upset and I understand why you're upset and here's how we're going to fix it. And that solves 99% of the problems.
I struggle with moms.
Moms just want to be heard.
I'm so good at it with brides. I'm like, this is your wedding day. Yes, girl, like let it out. I will hear all of it. And the mom will literally just, what she wants to be heard about why, you know, it's fair for her to not like her daughter.
They're the worst. Some of them are the worst. They like she's not exaggerating.
I'm on the phone.
She's not exaggerating, unfortunately.
I'm on the phone like
it's the worst. You have daughters, right? You have 2 daughters?
I have 2 daughters.
Yeah, same. I have 2 daughters too. The way that some of these moms talk to their girls is just
horrendous. And I've been having
true. She's not exaggerating.
I thought I was having a boy.
Oh,
yay,
and you have a
everybody
girl
clap now.
You have a girl first.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm used to girl stuff. I work with all girls.
Yeah.
I have a little girl.
Yeah.
The idea of having a boy is growing on me, and I know that when I like meet the kid and get to know him, I'm gonna be like, you're cool, and like we're cool. I know
we're gonna have an instant connection. But I know what you're saying. You're right.
I always say I know that I will love both of my kids.
That's right.
More than I ever thought was possible. That I love them the same. That
it's
biological.
It is.
I know.
It's
I'm gonna have that oxytocin release the second I lay eyes on this kid, and I'm gonna love him more than anything in the world. Besides maybe his sister, they're gonna be just neck and neck. Like
that's right.
It's true.
But I'm like worried that I'm just gonna be like, it's a boy. What do you do? That's fun. Like, do you want to watch Mamma Mia with me? Like, I don't know what to. But I say that, and I say that to say that we so many times lately we have had moms in the store. It's mostly mother of the groom that says it, and I'll forgive it.
Wait, is that true? Lately, like I don't know. I'm not here as much anymore. Is it mother of the groom that's saying this kind of stuff?
When it's the mother of the groom, I forgive it. But a lot of times it's like grandma of the bride.
Oh yeah, grandmas are.
Mom of the bride does say it sometimes, and I'm like, your daughter is standing right in front of you.
Well, what they did say, like, they don't like the dress they picked?
No. What they'll say is whenever I tell them, when they're like, do you know what you're having yet? And I say I'm having a boy, they go, oh my gosh, congratulations. And I go, yeah, I'm just like a little nervous because I'm just so used to girl stuff. Like I'm, a little nervous about getting used to the boy stuff. And they'll say, no, just wait. My son stole my heart. And they'll say like, I had my daughter and I just loved her so much, but then my son. And I go, what the fuck does that even mean? Why don't you say that about your kids? Like, and they mean it. They mean it.
They
and
do
they
mean
say
it.
in
It's
front of
weird.
their daughters, and they think it's a totally normal, reasonable thing to say. They're like, I love my daughter so much, but my son is the love of my life. Honey, what about your husband? I got bad news. Don't make him cut it, Sarah. The women need to hear it.
Look, Katie and moms, we could.
It's a whole thing. Yes. But yeah, that's my new struggle with moms is that when they hear, I'll be like, yeah, this one's okay. Like, I'm not getting a rough vibe with her. And then I hear them say, like, you're having a boy. congratulations. They're so much better than girls. Girls can be little mean, little, but my boys. And I'm like,
well, no.
Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine because like I have 2 little girls and I just adore them. And I thought, because I had one daughter and I remember being like, how do you possibly like your heart grow? And I was like, it just does. And
it just does.
So I believe that. Yeah.
Is my soon to be, well, no, she just turned 3 on December the 12th. And the other day in the kitchen, she literally was like, Mom, why does Emma get all the attention? And I'm like, you just turned 3. How is this even a competition?
Yeah.
And like, it was hilarious. And like, and look, I'm one of 3 girls.
Is she your oldest?
She's the baby.
Yeah.
She just turned 3. She's even more attention. I'm like, like, is that normal?
Yeah.
But like, we're talkers. Like, I grew up one of 3 girls. And so my dad, he always said I could not have bought a boy if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So, but I
grew up in a house with all girls too.
We make girls in my family too.
And us too. But I actually, interestingly enough, I was like, I think I'm going to be a boy mom because I want to raise good boys to put out in this world.
Yeah, wonderful men.
Everyone keeps telling me. They're like,
that's
you're
right.
the kind of person who should be having a son.
Yes.
You'll raise them right.
Right.
Yes. But then it dawned on me before I knew the gender of my firstborn, like, what do I really know about raising boys? And and then how would I do the nursery? And then I was like, I guess I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe I should. And then it worked, and the Lord knew what he was doing because I got 2 girls. And you know what? It's great because then they can just share their clothes and toys, and then they play well together. Some days, some not. Like they also can fight a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing I've been hearing that has actually like been really reassuring and helpful from people is whenever I tell them that I'm having a boy and they're like, oh, and you already have a little girl. And I'm like, yeah, they go, oh, that's the dream. One of each.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And too, another person I know is having another, a boy and a girl too. And I'm like,
yeah, it's wonderful. You get to experience both.
Like, it's just like it's going to be whiplash because my daughter, first of all, this is a girl's house we have right now.
Yeah.
Right. And Jack will tell you can tell he's such a girl dad.
He's a girl's girl.
He literally like, I will bring him out to the bar with other girls, like with my like female friends. I will bring Jack out and Jack will sit there and go, and he doesn't deserve you.
That's why Jack is great at all of the events that he works at.
Yes, like he's very personable. And
like Salon Ravon, you know, Jack was like, should I go do that one? I was like, yeah, this has got you written all over it because he loves chatting, chit-chatting with the women.
He's very quick to be like, funny business.
I believe that. That's very smart. Very smart. Oh, she's wonderful.
Like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take a step back from this. And like, oh, I don't know anything about this, but he doesn't do it in the way that whenever men are like, oh, what is all this girl stuff? Ew, blah, kill me. He does it in this way that's like, oh, like, this is not a space that's built for me. This is a space that's built for you guys. So, like, I'll let you do your thing.
He gets it.
Yeah, he doesn't come in here and go, ugh, dresses. But if a bride walks in, he disappears into the shadows.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, not for me.
Yeah.
Well, he's smart man.
He's very smart.
I know.
Yeah, very smart.
Very smart.
All right, Annabeth, this is the part of the show where we play smash or pass. And so I'll ask you questions, and if you love it, it's a smash, and I'll hit this button. Okay. What is this?
It's Justin Bieber and Nicki Minaj, Beauty on the Beat. It's Beauty on the Beat. I literally, it's Beauty Finder.
Okay, so we're not going to use the button. We'll just say smash. Okay, so if you like it, it's a smash. If you don't like it, it's a pass.
Okay.
Okay. Permanent makeup. Is it a trend or is it here to stay?
Smash. Like
smash.
It's here to stay.
Yeah. In what way? Like, what is the most common or most popular permanent makeup right now?
I would say the brows is something that people...
like microblading.
I have microblading, but now there's like nano brows. Like it continues to evolve.
Okay.
But I feel like it's been around forever and I feel like the technique continues to evolve and people want it. Like, I mean, it was a game changer for me. Like, I don't want to have to like draw in my brows. I was that girl that had like the brows that you were describing, like back in the day.
Tadpole brows.
And even like growing them out. But sometimes like what people don't realize is the hair just not going to grow.
Right.
But with the right
problem.
You might one day. I didn't have that problem.
Person, like they can make it look very natural, like all of that.
So when I think of permanent makeup, I think about my mom's friends doing it in the 90s.
That's right. It's evolved.
Thank God.
Okay,
thank God. Oh, it would be like blue eyeshadow or like thick black eyeliner. And I would have to be like, oh, you got permanent makeup done? That's incredible. And it was like obvious that they did. Like it was, it was not great.
Lasers too. And like you can take it off.
The lasers.
Yes.
I've also had lip blushing done, and I would say I'm
very interested in that.
I'm a very interested fan of that because it's nice to wake up and you have the coloring of your lips be a little bit more. Have a little bit.
I need
you
that
could do it
desperately.
you could do it more of like a natural, but like a little oomph. Or you can, if you wear like a berry color lip all the time. People do that, and so I did it in January of last year, and I love it because I could just put a little lip gloss on, and I have coloring to my lips.
I need that done so desperately. Whenever I was like a child, like I was literally like 6, 7, 8 years old, like, and then it like briefly got worse when I got older, and then it went away. I would get like cold sores every single time that the weather changed. When it got really hot, I would get a cold sore. When it got really cold, I would get a cold sore. If I went to the beach and I got a sunburn, I would get a cold sore.
Absolutely.
If I ran one fever, I would get a cold sore.
Yeah.
And it kind of just tapered off as I got older, and especially because like once you hit like junior high school, you learn to stop touching your face. You know what I mean? But in elementary school, you're like a child. You're picking at your face and stuff. Yeah. I have so much scarring on my lips that is not super obvious. It's really not super obvious. But once I actually have, and I also have a little bit of lip liner right now.
So your lips are very defined.
If I don't have any on, it's the kind of thing where you're not going to notice it unless you're taking like a high def picture of me.
Yeah.
And I would desperate for.
Do you feel like lip blushing would like?
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Like I 100%.
I'm the easiest sell that anyone could ever have on anything.
Now, is that on Beauty Finder? Like, can I go like book a lip blushing?
You can, yes. And so I will say, because I've had 2 permanent makeup services and people are looking at, one thing they do like about Beauty Finder with the permanent makeup is people, when they have used it, like they're going to, that's kind of a big deal, right? Like it's
you really want to trust the person that's doing it.
And like, it's nice to be able to see like who's available and like know that, because people are on the platform. I didn't mention this earlier. We do verify licensure.
Perfect.
And we verify place of service. It's a business. It's like a business address.
Right.
Of course, like we tell all clients, like make sure, you do your due diligence too, but we do that on our end. So we make sure that they have the license and and it's a business that you're going to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So people that are on our platform, and then you have a review, so you can like kind of know if you're like, I want to do lip blushing, but a lot of people are nervous about it, like, oh my God, what if they like mess up my lips?
I'm not.
But I think the borderless
should be.
But I would be.
I mean, people are like and that's okay. Like I am a very like particular person too. And I did the borderless lips. So it's not meant to have like this harsh, like going back to makeup back, like then. They had the harsh line.
Yep.
Now it's called the borderless. Like some of the professionals do it to where it's just more natural.
Yeah.
That is so fun. No, see, I don't need, I actually don't need to download this app because I'll give them all my money.
Like, hello. He's like, download it.
Yes,
I'm very interested in lip blushing. Like, I think that's great because it's just kind of like, it's that last little piece where I feel like I could go like run errands and not have to worry about like putting my face on.
Not your brows on. And then even lash extensions or something that people like love. There is a maintenance to it. And like when I've had them, I like love them. It's just having the time to go back and like do it again. Yeah. But if you have your brows done, you have lash extensions, lip blush, you're like, and you take care of your skin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Done. I should have done that before I got pregnant. It's like we were talking about earlier about how Shelby had put on her Instagram story that like people who like get up and get dressed for work every day while you're pregnant, how do you do it?
If you have microblading and lip blushing.
I literally don't. I literally throw on some clothes, go to work. And lately I've been feeling so bad that I just won't put on any makeup on if it's a weekday and I know I'm not.
Which is in violation of the handbook.
Yeah.
Right up. And I will say too that and then the thing right now is like they can do permanent makeup in an authentic way that doesn't look like it's permanent makeup. Does that make sense? That's why I say that. Like people, they can do it as more or less what you want. Yeah. So that's why I feel like it's here to stay for those.
That's my problem. I don't even care if it looks fake. We literally were talking about that earlier. We were talking about boob jobs earlier.
Yeah.
And
she said mine better look fake.
I said, I want the kind of boob job.
You're in a boob job you want. I mean, I would agree with you. You want it to look fake.
I said, I want the kind of boob job that people walk away and go, that poor girl got botched. It's like, no. I wanted to look absurd.
Yes.
I feel like for permanent makeup, they might need like, for me and like my age group, which we're like the same age group, like I think they might need some different branding because when I hear permanent makeup, that's what I think of. So maybe they need like a rebrand, like a different like way to say it.
It's like permanent
makeup.
Kind of like semi-permanent.
Right.
It still does make people feel like it's forever.
Yeah.
Like, but it's really not.
Because they literally used to call it tattooed makeup.
They did. Which also
I used to think it was literally tattooed.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
it used to be.
It used to be literally tattooed.
I mean, lip blushing kind of is, but like, and microblading a little bit, it kind of is. But like, I mean, they would literally have like eyeliner, like tattooed on very thick. And so I feel like maybe we need a little rebrand.
I don't disagree with you on that. That's a really good point because when you say permanent, it just feels like eternity, right? Yeah. It does give that pause.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, we'll get back on that. Okay, so that's a smash for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for me, it is a smash if it's in this way that we're talking about, like microblading, lip blushing, like I can get behind it.
Yes.
Okay, permanent blue eyeshadow,
no,
that's a pass.
I feel like it would have to be a smash for me after. Gab told me the other day, last Monday, when I was telling her that like I don't feel good, she said, yeah, I know you don't feel good because don't take this the wrong way, but you don't look like you feel good.
People are like, are you okay? And you're like, do I really look as bad as I'm feeling?
Gab is the only person that could say that
Especially when you're pregnant. You're like,
especially when you're pregnant.
Yeah. And you're like, don't say, because you just want to pout. You're just like, do not.
Do you know what my sister said to me? Evil. Josie, if you're hearing this, I'm putting you on blast.
Sisters they're the worst.
She doesn't listen to this podcast. Sisters. No, I told her she moved to Connecticut like a year ago. And she came down for Christmas and I walked up to her. I look like this, by the way, which if the camera can't, I'll turn. Jay, I don't know if that does anything. And I walked up to her and I said, I've been around you for a couple hours now and you haven't made any comments about how I've gotten so pregnant because the last time I saw her, I was not pregnant.
Does she know you're pregnant?
Yeah, she knows I'm pregnant.
I mean, I would think so being your sister, but you never know.
I said, you haven't even made a comment about how I look so pregnant. And she said, I was just thinking you don't even look pregnant. You look like you've lost weight. Jade, is the camera?
Straight to jail.
She said that to me.
Straight to jail.
That's very awkward.
But that's also a very sister thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
If I told you that you did look pregnant, you'd just get mad at me. And I said, no, you're supposed to be like, oh my God,
your belly. Like, make me feel good. When you're pregnant, it's your job to just make me feel good.
Which I partially get what she's talking about because I have, in fact, lost weight during this pregnancy. So she was probably talking about, like, my face, my arms, whatever. But, like,
and she probably didn't want to
all I heard was,
she was probably trying to be complimentary.
Like, you haven't had a little bit of a tummy on you for a little while now? Like, that's all I heard.
Yeah. Well,
because it came out of my sister's mouth. So
it depends on who it comes from.
Sisters can't ever be.
No, they're sisters.
They're sisters.
Oh, and I'm meaner to her than she is to me.
Oh,
so.
I believe that.
All right.
I absolutely believe that.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So smash or pass meeting your hairstylist for the first time on the day of your wedding. Pass.
In the sense that, like, no, 100% you should meet your stylist before.
Yes, you should do a hair and makeup trial.
So you know something that you said that because I thought about tonight. I was like, I wonder if she's going to ask this question, and because I do have a big opinion on it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hear it.
So even if you're a person that's maybe not particular and you're like go with the flow kind of gal and you don't like your hair makeup.
There's plenty of brides are like that.
They're like that.
Yeah.
But my thing is it is a big day that you'll look back years to come. And you may in your mind think, okay, this is simple and easy, but depending on who you're working with, and you may look at another image of another person for your inspiration, but how it looks on you, the coloring, all that, it may not align.
Totally different.
And so I always say there has to be something before your wedding where you can get your makeup done, whether it's like you're going to your bachelorette or you have a bridal portrait or you're going to an engagement party or something.
Yeah.
I don't recommend waiting to the day of the wedding. Now, it's not a showstopper. People can certainly do that.
Right.
But I think it's always nice because you never want to be in that position of, oh my God, like I thought this was very simple and this is my vision and they did not deliver. And now I'm like freaking out.
And then what do you do?
Because you're about to walk down the aisle and you don't have the time to like.
Right. You don't have another 2 hours to redo it. Right.
Because, I mean, again, I am a proponent of that, especially after owning a beauty bar for 10 years. I think it's always best if, like, you can connect just to make sure, like, do they get my vibe and are they able to
Are we going to have fun together?
Are we gonna, because it's not just about, like,
this is someone I want spending hours with me on my wedding.
Right. Yeah, with me and everyone else.
Yes. So I'm a big, like, if you have the time, sometimes people want to elope and it's like, hey, who's available, right?
Yes.
Again, I'm not saying, but if you have the time and the capacity and like the ability to like pay to do that, I think it's worth it.
You should do it.
You should do it.
I absolutely agree with
That's
that.
like we have brides come in like a month before their wedding and they're like, is it possible for me to get a dress right now a month before my wedding? And I'm like, while it is possible, we can make it happen. And like, it's what has to happen. So yeah.
But if you have more time to kind of find the right design.
But am I going to recommend it? No.
Not really.
Yeah. Like, do things for it. Gab mentioned that earlier today. She was talking about how she had like she got her hair and makeup done like 4 different times before her actual wedding day. Yeah. Because one, I mean, like her bridals, but then she had like her trial.
Right.
Like,
and that's one end of the spectrum. Like we have brides who are very much like that want to have 3 or 4 different trials. And then we have brides that are like, no, it'll be fine. I'll just like do it that day.
Yeah.
But like as a professional, you're like, hey, maybe
I would
don't do
recommend
that.
at least do it because now some people may have a person that's done their makeup forever and ever, but like,
and they've done their makeup before, they've done their hair before.
Like they know what they want. And maybe there might be some situations like that. But I always think like, you know, it is a big day. Yeah. And again, you're going to have these pictures hopefully forever. Maybe not. You want it to be forever, right? And so
but if it's not, come see us.
Yeah, that's right. Like you can get a dress again. And we can take care of your beauty. Don't you worry. And when you're stressed, just come see us. We'll take care of you. Right. That's right. But I'm always like, if you have the time, the capacity to do it, like I would 100% recommend.
Yeah, do it.
I wish other vendors would adopt the phrase encore bride.
Encore. That's what we call them.
I love encore bride. That's what we call them whenever it's, you know, they got married that one time and then they came back for an encore.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it again.
Listen, sometimes it doesn't work out. That's okay. But you're here for it, right?
That's
We're here for it too. Yes.
What about brides booking their hair and makeup trial for like the day that they're getting their bridal portraits done or their engagement session? Like I hear a lot of brides like talk about that. They're like, I'm going to do my trial on the day of my bridal portraits. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
So I think that a lot of people actually do that because we had the same thing when people would want to book with us for a trial run. It would be the same thing because, you know, a lot of brides may have budgets. And so if they do have like a budget to stick to and make it worth their while to like kind of make it be for an event, yes. If they have the capacity to do it prior to that, it's always great.
Better.
It's always great because then you're like, you know, like, okay, we've talked about this, we've done it, I was pleased, or I give you feedback like I want more blushy cheeks, or I want a little bit more gold shimmer, or the gold didn't work, let's do more silver. Yeah. Because what you don't realize too is depending on what color you're wearing, that's the other thing is you might be doing bridal portraits, which is going to be the same thing as your wedding day. Yeah. But if you're going to an engagement party, you might have on a different colored dress. Right. And then your makeup and the coloring. And the bride,
even as different as like if your dress for your engagement party is white and your wedding gown is ivory, like that's a totally different look.
Oh my God, that's fair. Color matching,
right?
Which I've done that too.
Like, I have too. I love that.
It does matter.
Because I'm scared they're going to tell me it's something other than the 3 colors I wear.
It's black. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, but like black's one of mine. Like I'm a winner.
Me too. Thank God.
Yes, because I'm like, and because one of our friends is like, I hate you because you can get away with wearing like black and I can't. And I'm like, thank God, because I love put on a black when
all I wear is black and maroon and like emerald green.
Yeah, so I feel like that works for you, so it's fine. Yeah.
But so I definitely think a lot of people, it's not uncommon. A lot of people do it because they try to make the most of getting their makeup done. Mm-hmm. But if you are somebody that's like super particular and you want to, like, and you have a vision, you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, let's do it a couple times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it a couple times. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Okay. Smash or pass? She's got on here. Gab makes this, by the way. Thank God. Using Beauty Finder to get a wax before your honeymoon.
100%.
Right?
We offer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would that be a pass for anyone?
I don't think it's a pass for anyone.
Some people are just scared of getting waxed.
So we have
get past it, babe.
I've been hyping Justine up because she got a free wax gift certificate or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
It is scary the first time.
It is. So like waxing or sugaring. So we actually offer both. Okay. So like depending on some people have
what is the difference?
So the technique, like with sugaring, so you're using more organics like sugar and oh my goodness, like what? Like I am forgetting like what goes.
But is it like a wax?
It's not hard wax. It's like it's a sugar.
But you're still like ripping the hair off.
But it's the technique of how they like pull the hair.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It doesn't cut off the braids. It actually gets at the roots to where it doesn't like where waxing.
It's just like on the surface and like sugaring is like pulling it.
Yeah, it's a, we'll have to maybe edit this because I'm not sounding weird.
It's okay. It's okay.
But like, basically it's a different way of waxing. It's a more organic, natural way of doing it.
Okay.
And you use sugar to help get the hair.
So it's actual sugar.
Yeah, sugar is in the actual.
When I picture it like, you know, coarse sugar and they're like exfoliating you like a body scrub.
Like, it looks like it's just like a ball of like, this sounds terrible, like slime. Like,
okay.
Kind of like,
yeah.
I think it's like the version of like,
no,
it's like a sugar
I can picture
scrub
that
you get.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
Is it like if a sugar scrub with slime?
Correct. Like
Okay.
but it's not even. You don't see any type of like exfoliation like that. Like I go to Zaza's and like, which is like one of my favorite places to get my nails done, and they'll do like the detox and they'll use like a sugar rub to like help. To like exfoliate.
Right.
There's no.
It's not that.
Okay. There's no. Okay.
It's actually sugar is used in the product. It's a natural way.
Interesting.
Like, pulling the hair follicles out.
Okay.
And it goes with like how your hair growth is. Where sometimes with hard wax, it can not get down to like, it can not get down to that like level. It's
Yeah.
It's a different technique between how you have hair removal done. So we offer both.
I love a wax.
Because some people are
Love
like
a wax.
prefer, they've done sugaring, which I'm a pretty big proponent. I've done a lot of sugaring and I do like that, but I do hard wax on like my eyebrows. So, like, I'm not like throwing shade at either way of doing it.
We're gonna have to stop having her talk about stuff because I'm like, I'll pay for that too.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Now, if you do waxing for the first time and you've never done it or sugaring, I wouldn't do it like the week before
For your honeymoon. Right.
Before, because like if you can have a breakout or reaction,
right. You never know how that's going to get.
Like, so I would maybe start that well before.
Yeah.
The other thing you have to think about is like when your cycle is, because there is more sensitivity.
True.
So
that's very true.
They're like, if you want to do it, I would definitely look into it a couple months before you do it.
Yeah.
Get a couple trial runs in.
Correct. It can be a little scary at first, but once you get into it, it hurts less.
Scary, and then you're fine. Yeah. I remember the first time that
it's like a little awkward because you're like,
It's like showing your boobs at a bridal appointment. Like it's fine.
But they're so professional. Like they
really, really are.
But if you've never done it, I know a lot of people won't do it because they're like, I don't want my stuff. But they don't even see.
Yeah.
Justine was something she was saying too. She was like, oh, it just feels like it's a little. I said, girl, they do not care.
They don't. They can't. You can't do that job in here.
I would get Jack like dropped me off to get a wax one time, and I was like, just wait in the car, like I won't be that long. And I like got a wax. We were like running errands. I like got a wax and came back out to the car, and I said, I just had the best conversation with my waxer. We were talking about like Charlotte's birthday's coming up, and like this was like a year and a half ago. This was like for her third birthday.
Yeah.
I said, and you know, she was saying that for her son's third birthday, she did this thing, and you know what? And Jack goes, wait. Did you have this conversation like while she was waxing you? I said, yeah. He goes,
it's just so casual.
He said, you were just like legs spread talking to her. I said, what am I going to be legs spread not talking to her?
Right. It's way more awkward if you're quiet.
Yeah. God forbid we can't even talk about the weather, but you can do this to me and I can't say how
that's right.
You better like her enough to talk.
Yeah, that's right. Because otherwise you're going to somebody else.
Exactly.
True.
But yes, I'm 100. Like, I think it's great but like, don't do it the week before.
I'll have to try the sugar
What
thing.
about laser hair removal? Is that available on?
Not currently, because that's a more medical.
I wondered if that was like kind of like
people. But I'm not against that either. Like I think a lot of people do like that, and a lot of people that have had it done.
Yep.
And it can be really great, especially if you don't want to have to like shave your armpits like every however many days, or even your like if you, and then even the like your bikini line. I mean, yes, a lot of people, but I really like wants to do that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, this has been so fun. And thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. This has been so awesome.
Just chatting all night and
let's just do it.
If you ever like feel like having like a third job,
you
could send some stuff.
We could use you.
I'm already like, God, I'm gonna have to download an app tonight. And, like,
Okay, she's gonna be on Beauty Finder tonight.
You don't even have to worry about downloading.
I'm literally gonna be like online shopping tonight.
When is the website launching?
So this month, we're like trying to line up everything because we've got it pretty much built. We're adding a few more things, doing some quality assurance checks. We're getting all of our professionals that are currently on the platform onboarded to the new platform, and we've created all their profiles. So we're very, very close. And then we're going to launch it more to all of the clients. So we're trying to shoot for the middle of the month.
Okay.
It just depends on if everything like lines up with doing things. That's not hard to go to launch because with technology, you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row.
Perfect. But is it ever perfect?
It's not. Yeah. You go in and look, if things happen, the great thing about technology, you just go in and make updates. And then we'll have the new app version of that coming out shortly after.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to use it and look through it. Thank you for being here. This is so fun. Thanks for joining us today. Join us next time for more chit chat about the wedding industry and just being a girl in general. And as always, follow us on Instagram at Bustle Bridal and at Fleur de Fizz Bartending. And as always, gowns, gimlets, and good vibes only.